You know, you usually start things, and I'm going to start this episode if it's all the same for you.
What is happening?
So, quite recently, and I'm going to pull the curtain back, kind of Wizard of Oz it here with the man behind the curtain. We recently tested some video recording to kind of accompany a podcast episode we did. And
Which may or may have not worked. We don't know.
Which may or may not have worked. Time will tell. But I want to pull the curtain back for the listener here, because you sent me some screenshots of your setup for, the audio and visual it's not a studio, but like the setup that you did for tonight.
I don't do anything small. Is that fair to say?
Oh, completely fair.
Okay.
And I did not send you screenshots of my setup, and I will not. And if I could paint a mental picture, if we were like two cars stopped at a red light that look at each other and like rev our engines at each other and kind of like egg each other on for a street race. If you pulled up with, the $500,000 Aston Martin, I pulled up with like the 1994 Toyota Corolla that hasn't been well kept and is like missing the hood and like the muffler's missing, and just it gets you from A to B, but not pretty.
Didn't the 94 Corolla come without a hood or a muffler? Wasn't that? It was like an add-on.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. If you're wondering what Pete is talking about, then there's a good chance that now, soon in the future, or never, if I'm incompetent, there will be a video version of the last episode we did and some upcoming future episodes on our Patreon. Mm-hmm. The link to which is down below of this episode. Hopefully, depending on what podcast platform you're using. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so go check that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, hello and welcome.
Hello and welcome to the Movie Man Podcast. This is Peter and Brady, obviously. And we continue our journey in the Batman universe, leading up to the eventual release of The Batman coming in March.
Yeah, when was the last time we did this?
Oh, it's been a while. Just with with votes in general and Christmas votes and new releases, it's been a while. It has.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way around it. But
yeah.
I think the good news is we will have the entire series, or I guess you'd call it series, completed by the time of the release. And might have been September. I'm doing a quick scroll job. It might be September when we last touched on Batman.
You're scrolling. I'm scrolling too. But if you're scrolling, then that works just as well. Are you scrolling?
Scrolling.
It doesn't really matter. Oh, here it is. Mm-hmm. Dark Knight Rises, September 29th.
Yeah.
Ooh, you just made it. Yeah, episode 157. Yeah. Didn't know they had episodes back then. So yeah. So I want to let the cat out of the bag about something.
Sure.
Something I don't think you knew.
Okay.
What was the length when you watched this movie? What was the length of it?
Oh, 2+ hours.
Did you pay attention?
2+
Oh,
hours.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
I'd have to look. I don't know.
Okay. I'm pretty sure if you watched what I watched, you actually watched the ultimate cut, the extended edition.
That sounds familiar. How long would that have been?
3 hours. 3 hours and 3 minutes or something.
Oh my gosh.
It's long.
All I know that it was long.
And it is better. It is better than the theatrical cut. But it's still not great. Yeah. Yeah, it's not too great. It's not bad. We'll get into it. You had not seen this film. Do you have trivia?
Not in the form of a question, so I'm just going to splurt it out of like, hey, here it is. And
Okay.
in fact, I will do the...
Ow!
Yeah. Just in that I found it interesting. Well, I'll just say interesting. It doesn't matter what I found it. I did not realize Zack Snyder... I don't know much about Zack Snyder, so acknowledging that right there. I just did not realize he was involved with Sucker Punch. Not a big deal. Not that huge of a film. But I didn't realize he was involved with 300 and Watchmen. Those two films aren't huge in my DVD collection, so that's why I wasn't familiar with it. But I was just surprised to realize there's that connection.
He does a lot of like graphic novel
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
type stuff.
And the other thing that was just, when I say it, it's like, well, no kidding. Just, it was fascinating that Ben Affleck gained, from what I read, at least around 30 pounds, which is quite obviously like muscle mass for this role. And
Yeah, see, there's Batmans that are like, big and muscular.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck in this movie is like a brawler.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's not just muscular. It's not like, oh, Ben Affleck is ripped. He's stocky.
Right.
He's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't have time to get into this, and I don't know if this is the time to have it anyway. But it does raise, like, there's just that whole moral question of, like, what is appropriate for the sake of viewership of, like, someone being in a visual, like, watching a film and being taken away into another universe of, like, a human being eating and doing things of that nature just to physically look a certain way. And that opens a whole can of worms of what visual images of people are and all that kind of stuff, and too much to get into to actually answer or pretend to answer a question like that. But
yeah,
it's just,
I mean, this is the opposite side of that, though, right? Like, there's the whole like Christian Bale eating an apple and a can of tuna a day,
right,
so that he can play an anorexic person.
Sure.
But I don't know, like, people talk about like, oh, what Hugh Jackman went through to play Wolverine. He was in the best shape of his life. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, who knows, right? Like, it was a lot of work, but he also has never been better. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Ben Affleck will never be as muscular and as in shape
Right.
as he was for this film.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. But I guess it's just to know, being muscular, though, maybe he's not in the best shape emotionally or spiritually as he maybe would be otherwise. And I'm not trying to dig the weeds here, but
there was the whole alcoholism thing and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Is that real?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like filming Justice League there was just an interview that came out like last week that filming Justice League was the worst experience of his life, and that's why he left and didn't that's why Robert Pattinson is playing Batman now instead of Ben Affleck in the standalone Batman movie that was originally going to be a part of that. Oh yeah, he was like, he became an alcoholic and I am dumbfounded. He's in a much better spot now. Like, he's cleaned up, he's sober, all this stuff. He's doing really well. I'm a little shocked that he's appearing in the Flash movie as Batman. I'm surprised he's coming back. But yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, should we get into it?
Nice trivia. It was good.
Thank you.
I do. I have to admit, sometimes I listen back to old episodes.
Right.
And there's like 2 or 3 questions and they're multiple choice, true or false. And I'm like working through them and I'm like, I miss it a little.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. That's all I'm going to say.
I hear you. And, it depends on the week on what we're talking about. Some things just lends itself more naturally, and some things it's like, how many leaves are on this tree? And it's like, oh, how do I make that a multiple choice answer? It's like
2017. Oh, sorry. Are you going to give me options, or is it just
that was the answer? How did you know?
That was the answer. See?
Yeah.
See, there's never a bad trivia question. Okay, so you'd never seen this movie.
No, I've heard
No.
about it a ton because so much was hyped about this.
So much. And it was, like, Batman and Superman are in the comics together a lot. They're in cartoons together a lot.
Yep.
But this was the first time on the big screen, live action, Hollywood showdown, Batman and Superman. And then triple feature, also Wonder Woman, which is the other big, massive DC poster character.
Yep.
We got Wonder Woman in this movie. Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman all in one shot, like, as the showdown, whatever. For people who don't like Marvel and just diehard DC fans, that moment was akin to 3 Spider-Men.
Right. Yeah. Right.
It was it was like, oh my God, there they are, all 3 of them on screen together. Holy crap! It is the direct continuation of Man of Steel. Literally direct. So much of this film is about the aftermath of Man of Steel.
Yep.
Is about So we've got this battle-hardened Batman, because that's really who we're here to talk about.
Yep.
Right. That's what this series is for us, is Batman. He's battle-hardened. He's been Batman in Gotham for like 20 plus years. He's almost stepped out of being Batman for a while. Like he's pulled back a little bit. And now he's having to like intensify again because, yes, he is obsessed in this film, and yes, he's got issues. But he's not just totally like, if you were Batman and you had spent 20 years defending Gotham and you were capable of doing the things that you're capable of doing, and then from Bruce Wayne's perspective, you see the devastation caused by this alien, by this uninvited visitor. Tell me that you wouldn't also take the same stance that he took of this guy's got to go. Look at what happened. Look at all the people who died unnecessarily. The people who are dying because he's here, and as a result of him being here, so are adversaries that want to take him down.
It's I want you to continue on this because this did raise the question to me because throughout the film I'm wondering whose team am I on? Not just for they each have their perception of the other and why they're feeling their way. So I thought that was neat, but I'm not sure who I enjoyed more. I'm not sure whose side I more empathized with, but it was interesting having their motivations of hatred for each other and being well grounded for what they thought was true, or at least why they thought it. I don't know. I don't know where I stand on all that as far as whose team I'm on. Because
they both have a ground to stand on.
Yeah, that's. But
I would say there's more truth in. There's definitely more truth in Superman's perspective.
How so?
Right.
How so?
Well, because Batman's not misunderstood. Like Clark Kent's thoughts on Batman is that he's taking the law into his own hands and he's getting a little too rough and he's a little too jagged and he's a little too judge, jury, executioner.
Yeah, no,
and absolutely
that's true.
He is. That is absolutely what he's doing. Bruce Wayne's perspective is Superman is an unnecessary risk, which may be true.
Which may be true.
But there's also a lot of good that can be done there.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of good that can be done with Batman as well. And I think they both, obviously, they both, you have to save Martha. Like, they both have a change of heart, a perspective shift.
Sure.
But yeah,
No, that's fair.
That's my thought. It's my only thought. No, it's not my only thought. It's cool,
Actually, before
this
you go
was
on, the more you cut
time.
it, I think I'm maybe a little bit more Team Superman then. But
Really? Okay, yeah.
but no,
I
but
mean-
it's a very close, very close.
I think for the most part, I spend the film being Team Superman as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Realizing that Superman is the victim of this movie. For sure, is the victim of this movie.
Yes.
And it's not totally. I think my thought is I am Team Superman, but it's not. Batman's perspective is not just him being a dick. It's founded in actual. It makes sense. It's reasonable that this is how Bruce feels.
Yeah.
Is my thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. Jeremy Irons is Alfred. He's certainly a new Alfred, but I love him. He's not my favorite Alfred. My favorite Alfred is the Alfred from the Gotham series, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Jeremy Irons is good. He plays that like he's a badass. I like the scenes that we see. He's like chopping wood and bringing wood in. There's nothing this guy doesn't do. He takes all the necessary shots at Bruce for not having a wife or a girlfriend, or this is the end of the Wayne line. Something's happened to Wayne Manor, by the way. That's never really explained.
Yeah.
But clearly that thing burned down. Or something. Someone forgot to pay the electricity bill. Yeah, Jeremy Irons is good. I like his shots at Bruce. I like the fact that as he's doing like the guy, like Ned's guy in the chair thing, as he's like being the eyes and ears from the computer, the guy at the screen.
Right. Yeah.
He's drinking scotch. Right. He's like, I don't know. That was nice and fun to me. And I like that he's that conscious. I like that he's talking about how, this is how it all begins. Right. This is how good men fall. This is how, and he understands that Bruce is the boss. What Bruce says goes. But he also, like, he'll voice his side of it for sure. He's not going to leave that out. He will definitely voice how he feels. So
yeah, no, I hear. Yeah,
go ahead.
I hear what you're saying, and I think those are all good points. And I don't dislike this Alfred. I think he's fine. I think he's adequate. And I think, like, you have a different favorite Alfred. I think Michael Caine is just number one for me.
Yeah, and the more I think about Michael Caine, the less I like him as Alfred. I love Michael Caine. I just don't, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
What else? The Batmobile is cool.
So I want to pick your brain on that. Go, like, all right. Where do you think?
No, that's it. That's all I was going to say. It's cool. It's cool. It's a cool Batmobile.
But is it not, like, so I'm trying to remember how to phrase this. The Christopher Nolan Batmobile, I wouldn't say you dislike it, but it's not your favorite stylistically.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it.
For me, is there not a lot of carryover? Not carryover, because I'm not saying they're copying each other, but is there not more in common with this Batmobile and Christopher Nolan's Batmobile than there was stylistically, say, with the 1990s Batmobile and Christopher Nolan's Batmobile?
I would say it's almost a 50-50 split, and I think that's why I like it so much.
Huh. Okay. I
think it has that grounded in reality feel, while also clearly not just being a military vehicle that's been spray painted black. It's like, how lazy is that, Bruce? Come on. Like, literally, there's this R&D military vehicle.
Right.
That's not very Batmobile. Does it come in black?
Right.
Yes. oh, right, now it's a bitch and Batmobile. You know, like it just didn't. Anyways, this is obviously something they've built. And Jeremy Irons, whereas Michael Caine, you look at Michael Caine's Alfred and you're like, you're not climbing under a car and welding things back together. Jeremy Irons is. He is repairing that Batmobile.
Right.
You know. Michael Caine's Alfred is running some tests, fetching the tea, stitching them back together. But this Alfred is a sidekick as much as he is anything else.
That's fair.
So that's what I like about him. And then the Batcave. The Batcave's fun.
What I will say just about the Batmobile, for me, it wasn't stylistic enough for me to. I thought, 1990s Batmobiles, I feel like are stylistically separate. Modern day ones are a little bit more realistic, militaristic, and to me, it was fine, but I don't see a huge difference between it and the Christopher Nolan ones. I think they're in the same category, with my preference being for Chris Nolan.
That's fair. A question for you.
Okay.
Basically the ultimate question of the film. Who won?
Who won? I don't know.
I mean, Batman had Superman in a say uncle position. Yeah. He was about to kill him.
Batman had Superman. Yeah. He did.
Superman could have killed Bruce. Well, could he have, though? I mean, he could. It's hard to say. Because of the kryptonite weapons that Batman had, it's hard to say whether or not Superman would have actually... No, you know what? If Superman had wanted to enter that conflict at the speed of a speeding bullet, he totally could have done that and just, snapped Bruce's neck.
Yeah.
It's not who Superman is, though. So I guess the big question is that a weakness?
Oh, I mean, ultimately it almost got him killed, so yeah.
In a fight against each other, yeah, that's, My stance is I think Bruce won. I think Bruce won that fight. But I know Emily Mader would disagree with me.
Oh, for sure
because she is a Superman fangirl. Both of her children are named after Superman characters.
Mm-hmm.
Which I love, by the way. I love that that's their names. But it's an ongoing rivalry between Emily and I. The Batman v Superman. Like when they announced they were making this movie, it was like, oh, this is for us.
It's a film representation of our living feud.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this movie?
We hit on the Batmobile, hit on Alfred. We hit on Batman a little bit. He's the protein powder Batman. You hit on this too. I appreciated him having these motivations for hating Superman, and it does definitely spin a new light on the end of Man of Steel. I have to say, we might be uncomfortable, but we have to at least mention it. If the 1990s had zoom in shots of spandex on buttocks and nipples, we got a full back exposure of Ben Affleck in the shower in this film.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
I mean, I'm neutral on it. I wasn't offended by it by any means, and I'm not ooh, this had to be in the film. I'm quite on the fence, but it was. I mean, if they were pushing the envelope in the 90s, this just lit the envelope on fire and let the ashes blow away in the wind.
My boy Ben's been doing some squats.
And yeah, this movie was always hyped in so many circles. at the time it came out, and it was interesting, even though I'm not as well versed in these films and these quotable lines. There was the well-known scene where it got to the point where Ben Affleck says, "Tell me, do you bleed? You will."
So good. A line that Superman repeats back to him in Justice League.
I'll have to watch for that when we watch it.
Yeah. He said it no, maybe he didn't say it in the Snyder Cut.
Really?
Maybe not. Because that scene was entirely different. It's the scene when he first comes back to life.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. What do you think of Lex Luthor?
Well, okay, so that was actually my next point. I don't know what I think about Lex Luthor, and I just want to talk it out with you. So, obviously, we've got Jesse Eisenberg, obviously, and I can't tell
Playing the character that Jesse Eisenberg plays.
Yeah, and so that's
every time he's in a movie.
I can't tell if he's effective because I despise the character and I despise how he's conflicting with specifically Superman and takes his mother hostage, but then, Batman and all that jazz. Or I can't tell if it's effective and if I should be appreciating this, or I can't tell if it's just typecast and it's like, oh, hey, you invented Facebook and you're taking on Superman, or doesn't matter what you're doing. And, I don't know how I feel about this. And I'm really on the fence to
team
enjoying
up with Woody
it.
Harrelson later and take down some zombies.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson double tap reference. I like it. Yeah, I don't know how I feel.
No, Zombieland. Well, yeah, okay. Zombie Double Tap is the sequel. Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
I don't know why I said Double Tap. Just Zombieland and then the sequel. I don't know. Where do you land on him? I'm really on the fence, and I've contemplated it, and I don't know what I think.
I think he's much different than any Lex Luthor we've gotten before.
Completely.
And so I think the people who don't like it are fixated on that. I also think, though, that to my knowledge, if you were to take a character sheet and, what are the 5 traits that Lex Luthor must have, minus the bald head, but we do get that, right? This is an origin story.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would tick all of those boxes just in a different way than they've been ticked in the past by Gene. Kevin Spacey played it in the 2000s in the Brandon Ralph one.
Gene Hackman?
Gene Hackman played him back in the Christopher Reeve ones. Yep. And then Michael Rosenbaum in the Smallville.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I like it. I do like it. I think once you accept that this is something different, that they went in a different direction, then there's a lot of room for enjoying it.
I think I'm settled on the fact that I love and hate it. I think, the fact that I can't decide, I think, is telling that I love it and appreciate it, but also I'm maybe a little Jesse Eisenberg'd out.
He's certainly a bit extra at times. Pretty manic.
Yeah.
But maniacal. Like when he's on the rooftop and he's showing Superman the pictures of his mother.
Yeah.
And there's that moment. I really like when he says, when you arrived here, you had an hour. Now you have less.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's good. Like he's got some lines that really work. Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on the overall plot of the movie? That Superman's facing Congress. It's this, it seems pretty plausible. That's how this would happen.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I can definitely see that narrative of the media marginalizing someone or something that they don't understand or that they can exploit to, make the narrative that they want. I get it. I really do. Is it the story that I wanted to see? Maybe not, but it did gel well and it fit well with what eventually happened and everything that went on in this film. So I don't have a problem with it.
Sure.
But it made sense.
Right. That's fair.
Can I, while you're asking me about the plot, I actually have a couple questions that are plot related that if you could just answer them for me, that'd make my day a lot better. I'm not going to lie.
That's why I'm here.
Okay. So when, I think it was around like the little montage when Ben Affleck was a little mopey around the house and we saw the shower bat scene. But we did see a Batman suit with spray paint on it that I believe said, haha, joke's on you, Batman. Could you fill in the blanks for me, just what the context is with that?
Sure. Not a Batman suit. That's a Robin suit. And so that is the suit of, at least from the comics, that is the suit of Jason Todd, who was the second Robin who is kidnapped and seemingly murdered, tortured and murdered by the Joker.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So his Bruce's escapades, like he's lost allies.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay. But that's neat. That is neat, and that fills in a blank. Another blank that I'm trying to... So I've seen Snyder Cut, still need to see Justice League, but in this film, there was kind of like that sequence where, in the sequence, Bruce Wayne is not kidnapped, but he is kind of in that trailer where he's then kind of everyone's kind of jumping on him, and it's this dusty dystopian kind of looking place, and in this
the
vision,
dream sequence that he has.
It's a vision, right?
Yeah, it's like he's sleeping. It's a dream.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there a reason or significance? Like, it reminded me when I was watching it of the dusty dystopian that we see at the end of the Snyder Cut with Joker, where we talked about this specific scene in detail where he says, like, I'm going to effing kill you, Joker. And is there some significance to these two visions, or is it just coincidence?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, ultimately, there's a big symbol that you see carved into the ground. Almost looks like the Om or the Omega symbol. And that is the logo of Darkseid, who was Steppenwolf's, the one that Steppenwolf answered to in the Snyder Cut was the one that was at the very end. They're like setting it up like, oh, Darkseid's going to come. So this sequence was just basically Zack Snyder beginning to set up his vision for what he was going to do with the Justice League and with what was going to come afterwards. Gotcha. Right. So you see this this futuristic, and so that dystopian scene from Snyder Cut was one scene that he went in and shot afterwards. Right. He shot that it was one of the scenes that he didn't shoot originally, and he went in and shot when they were editing together the Snyder Cut. And I think he added that in a way to be like, okay, this is the extremely abridged version of where I was going to go had I been given time.
Okay.
Right. This everything's messed up. Superman's evil now.
Right.
XYZ. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
My only last question, and I think the answer is the Flash, to take the wind out of the sails here. But after he wakes up from that vision, he sees that humanistic...
He's still in a dream.
He's still in a dream, sorry.
A dream within a dream.
A dream within a dream. And that human kind of jumps out in an electric form, and I'm assuming that's the Flash?
Yeah, that's a unhaircutted, unshaven Ezra Miller as the Flash.
Okay.
And I'm kind of wondering, I don't know, man. I wonder if everything's getting retconned and nothing matters and blah, 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 blah. I wonder if that is the moment in time, if we'll see that again. And that is the moment in time that pulls Ben Affleck's Batman into this Flash movie that we're getting.
Oh.
I think that would be interesting. So, yeah.
Okay.
Any other thoughts, sir?
Well, my last thought is, holy peripheral supporting characters, Batman.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. I mean, we got Lawrence Fishburne, which is, you can't see me, but chef's kiss.
Perry White, yep.
We've got, I mean, this is kind of a bit of a cheat. He's not really a supporting character, but we've got Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some peripheral Justice League character build up in my books, but for me, what I love is the Wonder Woman. You know, it starts as a cameo and then it builds up and we see the historical picture that makes its way into the Wonder Woman feature film. And every time the Wonder Woman theme started playing, I was like, hell yeah, let's go.
And it's so well done because like this came out, I don't know, 6 months or so. What is the gap between Wonder Woman?
2017, I believe.
Is when Wonder Woman came out?
I believe.
And when did this come out? Like if it's like December and then January.
Oh, yeah, I don't know exactly. Yes, it's 16, 17, but I don't have exact months. I can do a little look here. But it wouldn't be long.
Yeah.
Less than 12 months at least.
If you could do that. But either way, it's just amazing to me that picture, like that's Chris Pine and whoever else in that is the picture, the exact photo that will then appear in Wonder Woman. So it's just, it's some great connective tissue. Yeah, it's just some great connective tissue that they've worked into it.
I was wrong. It was greater than 12 months. It was March and then June the following year.
Yeah, so over a year later.
Yeah.
But the photo, they already had the picture so that consistency was there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
that's cool.
It did remind me a little bit. It left a bit of a sad taste in my mouth. Like I enjoy, and I kind of want to rewatch the first Wonder Woman. I think she's my favorite in this whole DC expanded universe. And then it just left a sad taste in my mouth because the second Wonder Woman I had such high hopes for, of blending Wonder Woman with 80s nostalgia. And as we know, we reviewed the film. It was just awful, and I think it was a lot of wasted potential. But it was a fun component of this film.
No word of her showing up in Flash, but they have announced, like Patty Jenkins, the same director of the first two, they have announced Wonder Woman 3.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Yep, with Linda Carter again. Playing her. What was her cameo? She's in the second one. She's in Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah.
Which, it's fun. It's fun that they do that, I guess. Anything else, sir?
I think that's essentially it. I think after talking about this, I think I'm leaning a little bit more, just for enjoyment of character, a little bit to the Team Superman side. But I think both are very interesting. And obviously, I guess we're here to talk about Batman. I thought it was an interesting portrayal of Ben Affleck. Don't dislike him, but Christian Bale is still my number one.
Oh, what do you think of his suit?
Yeah, I don't dislike it.
What do you think of the Fat Bat logo?
It was fine. I think stylistically, I was the least interested of his suits when it was like the final battle suit that was like the thick metal and he had like the glowing eyes. I was okay with the rest of his suits in this film. That one, I was just, something about it was a little tacky for me.
Yeah, that's pulled from the comics, and that's the only reason. Like in the comics, in the Dark Knight Returns graphic novel, when he goes up against Superman, he needs a little extra padding.
Yeah, makes sense.
Scale of 0 to 10, sir.
Okay, so I gave this, on a scale of 0 to 10, I gave it a 5. So, not the best movie I've ever seen, but not the worst. It was decent, watchable, equal ratio of things that I was like, that's interesting, to ratio of things that I was like, I can live without. On a scale of 0 to 10, or sorry, not a scale of 0 to 10. I just did that. On a scale of how much effort do I want to put into it, it's like the 2nd out of 4 tier. So I would not pay any more extra effort, but I would wait till it was on a streaming service that I already owned. And once it was on there, it's worth, hey, check it out when you have a chance. That's how much effort I put into it. So, still respectable.
Cool.
The big thing, it ranks actually so far the 9 adaptations. And we're getting a lot now that eventually we're going to have to start like putting images on our posts of just these lists so that people can get visual representation of it. I put this as my 4th favorite of the 9. So we've got Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and then the 89 Batman, and then this one.
Dark Knight, Batman Begins. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So that being said, all those rankings, if there's something I can say, I thought this was an interesting journey, and I'm glad I was able to finally see this film and kind of know what people were talking about.
I'm just so glad that 89 Batman is so high.
That was the real surprise for me.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Where does this rank for you, both on a scale of 0 to 10 and on your list?
I give it a 6.8.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's about all there is to it. It's not, I don't think it's crap. I think the Ultimate Edition is better than, it just kind of fleshes out some stories a little bit better, makes it flow a little nicer. But it's not amazing.
Sure.
It needs a little love. And so, yeah, 6.8.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And on your list of Batman films?
Geez, I can't remember. I vaguely remember the fact that was something we did.
Just compile a list when we meet next time for Batman. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I would say if I had to guess, what ones do I like more than this one? I guess is the easiest, just quick mental thing to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is probably my 5th favorite.
Fair. Respectable.
Yeah, probably my 5th favorite. No. Probably my probably my 4th favorite.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm hoping Robert Pattinson will bump that back.
We will find
I'm
out.
so curious to find out where that will lie, but yeah. What'd you watch, sir?
Okay, I watched 2 things. The first, I watched a 2021 film called The Tragedy of Macbeth, and not much to explain here for summary. Obviously, it's just based on a Shakespeare play called Macbeth, and I've always been interested in it. I love believe it or not, I'm not into horror films, but I like the witchcraft and the destiny components of this play, so I've always been intrigued. And I had really high hopes for this one. It's in black and white. It's got Denzel Washington. Pretty pumped for it, and when it was finally available on Apple Plus, I was ready to watch it, and I did. And I gave it a 5 out of 10, and I think that's where I land on it. I may adjust a little bit. It wasn't as much as I wasn't as interested in it as I had hoped I would be, and it was that kind of 50% ratio of I liked some things and 50% ratio of things I was like, this isn't doing it for me. So a 5 out of 10, not bad. Not the best. The only other thing I watched, and this is a bit of a cheat because I've been watching it for a while now, and it's just coincidentally like I've watched the penultimate most recent episode. I've been watching the Book of Boba Fett on Disney Plus. And
without having watched The Mandalorian, you dirty bastard. How could you watch the spin-off of something without seeing the thing it's spinning off of?
Well, I feel like I have more of a palate to understand this because it's about Boba Fett, like something I'm familiar with at least to a degree from just the films.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair, I guess.
What I will say, absolute killer, banger of a theme song. Oh.
I have heard that, yeah.
I honestly, the first episode when the closing credits rolled and that theme song played, it just hit me, and I've listened to that song on repeat like 1,000 times. The show itself, personally, it's a little meh for me. Not amazing, but it definitely is intriguing enough that I do still tune in each week, so that has to count for something. So,
Sure.
yeah.
Cool.
That is what I watched. What did you watch this week?
Just one thing to report. I'm still watching Friends.
Nice.
About a quarter of the way through season 10.
Oh, wow.
Nearing the end.
And
Nearing
there are
the end.
12 seasons, if I remember.
10.
I know. I'm just trolling.
Just the you bastard. Yeah, just the 10. Which means I am nearing a rewatch of the reunion.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be fun when that happens. Mm-hmm. And emotional. I'll cry. Wrap it up, sir.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening. We really appreciate you coming along this week or this day, whenever you're listening to this. Like, follow, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Check out all the new information we send out on there. Send us a good rate and review wherever you're listening to us. We really appreciate hearing from you first and foremost, but we also appreciate you helping us, giving us a good review, helping the algorithm, have other people find the show by giving us a good review is what I'm really trying to say. Check out our Patreon page, check out our merchandise page, help us pay the bills on the show, and help us give you something back in the form of perks and benefits. And until we chat again,
that was amazing.
Thank you for coming.
That was your first time saying all that? That was incredible. That was so smooth. It's like you practiced, didn't you?
Well, I mean, a good magician doesn't reveal their tricks.
In the mirror with a hairbrush.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.